Awaken, for the moment you recognize, the universe reorganizes. What you refuse to see cannot serve you. What you fail to acknowledge cannot multiply. The law of recognition is the gatekeeper of all supply. It determines not what you deserve, but what you permit. Every blessing, every opportunity, every flow of wealth is standing in your atmosphere right now, waiting for your recognition. Say aloud, I see my good, I claim my good, I magnetize my good. For heaven moves not by need, but by awareness. When you walk blind to your divine inheritance, life mirrors blindness back to you. Money hides because you have hidden your worth. Supply waits in silence because you have refused to speak its name. Recognition is the spiritual signal that tells the universe, I am ready to receive. Until you recognize abundance, you vibrate lack. Until you recognize yourself as the divine instrument of wealth, you play the music of limitation. Recognition is not seeing with the eyes, it is seeing with the soul. It is the divine knowing that behind every shadow is substance, behind every appearance of delay is an invisible abundance pressing to reveal itself. Say aloud, I see the invisible good in all things. I recognize wealth, even in seeming loss. I bless what is, for it is the seed of what shall be. When Jesus lifted the loaves, he did not multiply them by need. He multiplied them by recognition. He saw not lack, but law. He gave thanks before the miracle, and thanksgiving opened the gate to infinite increase. The law of recognition says, what you praise expands, what you ignore withers. If you despise small money, you exile large money. If you speak against others' abundance, you curse your own flow. Bless all wealth wherever you see it, and wealth will remember your voice. Say this now, every dollar that crosses my path is divine substance. Every opportunity before me is a door from heaven. I recognize my connection to the infinite, and nothing good can be withheld from me. For what you call mine by faith becomes yours by law. Recognition converts possibility into possession. When the soul is untrained, it looks for evidence of struggle. When the soul is awakened, it looks for evidence of supply. The awakened say, everything works for my increase. Every person, every situation, every challenge conceals divine treasure. This attitude magnetizes miracles, for heaven delights in the one who sees truth beneath the illusion. Recognition transforms the ordinary into the divine. The same air others breathe becomes sacred substance when you breathe it with awareness. The same hour others waste becomes a portal of power when you declare it holy. For everything you recognize as divine reveals its divinity to you. You cannot receive what you resent. You cannot hold what you fear. But you can command what you recognize as part of your divine estate. So lift your eyes and see differently. Look not at your empty wallet, see a symbol of infinite replenishment. Look not at unpaid bills, see the invisible hands of divine order already settling accounts. Look not at delay, see the divine choreography unfolding in perfect time. Recognition transforms waiting into worship, and worship into manifestation. Say aloud, I recognize myself as the child of the infinite. I recognize money as my obedient servant. I recognize opportunity as heaven's invitation to expand. Every time you affirm this truth, invisible power begins to move. Recognition sends out a decree that reshapes your reality. It commands substance to gather where faith has spoken. There is no distance between you and abundance, only blindness. And the cure is recognition. See yourself as the law itself, not the beggar before it. You are not pleading with the universe, you are awakening it within. For when you recognize the divine in yourself, the divine recognizes you in return. So stand tall, speak boldly, and declare now, I see, I claim, I possess. My good is visible, my wealth undeniable, my reckon. Ishin complete. By divine law, money hastens to me now, because I finally see. Would you like me to continue with Keynote 2, the law of vibration next? The law of vibration. Everything that lives, moves, and breathes in this universe is vibration. nothing rests. Every thought is a frequency, every word a current, every emotion a signal that calls matter into form. The law of vibration is the hidden architect of your reality, shaping your world according to the rhythm of your inner tone. What you vibrate, you invite. What you sustain, you materialize. The universe is not responding to what you want, it is echoing what you are. Say aloud, I am the frequency of abundance. I am the vibration of wealth. I am one with the rhythm of divine increase. When your vibration wavers, your world wavers. When your vibration rises, your world ascends. No force outside you holds your prosperity hostage. It is your vibration that opens or closes the gate. You cannot vibrate fear and receive fortune. You cannot vibrate doubt and walk in divine flow. The law of vibration answers only to your inner atmosphere. Heaven's abundance rushes toward those whose tone matches its own. You do not chase wealth, you tune to it. The poor man prays, the rich man resonates. The one who prays without belief sends mixed signals. The one who speaks from knowing commands matter to obey. Spirit is sound. Creation began with vibration. Let there be light. It was not an act of labor. It was a decree that vibrated through eternity. So it is with you. Every time you speak from conviction, you strike a chord in the unseen that rearranges the scene. Say aloud, my words are sound waves of creation. I speak in harmony with divine abundance. My vibration is my wealth. You are a tuning fork of the infinite. When you vibrate gratitude, the universe hums in agreement. When you vibrate worry, the universe mirrors chaos. The untrained mind calls this coincidence. The awakened soul calls it law. Everything you feel is instruction to the field around you. The higher your vibration, the faster your manifestations appear. The slower your vibration, the longer your good delays. The universe does not punish. It only mirrors frequency. Say now, I am calm, confident, and certain. My vibration is steady and sovereign. All that belongs to me by divine right finds me swiftly, easily, and joyfully. Feel it as you say it. For feeling is vibration clothed in emotion. To think of wealth is not enough. You must feel wealthy. To affirm abundance is not enough. You must vibrate it through your being. The law of vibration is mercilessly exact. It delivers not to the hopeful, but to the harmonious. It answers not to prayer, but to power. You can speak prosperity from the mouth, but if your vibration hums lack, heaven hears confusion. You must align thought, feeling, and tone until every part of you sings one song, I am. That declaration is the highest vibration in existence. The I am dissolves delay, erases fear, and calls divine supply into instant motion. When you rise each morning, ask, what am I vibrating today? For your vibration precedes your footsteps. It writes your encounters before you arrive. When you walk into a room filled with confidence, you alter its field. When you walk in gratitude, you magnetize favor. When you walk in peace, chaos cannot touch you. Vibration is invisible armor. It is the sound of your faith moving through the air. Even money itself is vibration, condensed energy, solidified sound. It travels to those whose frequency matches its purpose. Money loves clarity, certainty, joy, and generosity. It avoids confusion, resentment, and fear. If you are bitter about money, you repel it. If you bless it, you beckon it. Every thought you hold about money either sharpens or scrambles your vibration. Say aloud, I bless all wealth. I bless the rich. I bless the flow of money everywhere. I am one with divine circulation. Feel the frequency shift. Your blessing vibrates out war. D. And what you bless, blesses you, the law of command. There is a realm beyond wishing, beyond hoping, beyond asking. It is the realm of command. The law of command is the voice of divine authority speaking through you. It does not beg, it declares. It does not plead, it decrees. Every soul born of the infinite carries this authority, yet few dare to use it. The timid pray from fear. The awakened command from consciousness. You were never meant to request your inheritance. You were designed to speak it forth. Say aloud, I command divine order now. I command supply to appear. I command my good to rush forward by the power of the word. Heaven listens for command, not complaint. The universe bends to certainty, not confusion. When your word is rooted in divine knowing, it carries the weight of law. Every cell of creation obeys a voice that speaks from alignment. For in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was not a whisper. It was a decree that shattered silence and summoned stars. That same word burns within your breath. You are not separate from that power. You are that power clothed in flesh. Speak, therefore, as one who remembers. Every delay dissolves when you speak as the creator, not the creature. Every mountain moves when you command it to move. Every financial chain breaks when you address it by its true name, illusion. You do not battle with lack, you dismiss it. You do not argue with delay, you overrule it. For the law of command says, whatever you name, you claim. Whatever you speak as truth becomes law in your world. Say now, by divine authority, I declare every crooked place made straight, every closed door opened, every withheld blessing released. There is no power in the universe greater than the spoken word backed by faith. The voice of command is the vibration of divine certainty. It does not tremble. It does not doubt. It does not ask permission. When you speak from the place of, I am, creation answers, so it is. To command is to remember that you and the source are one force in motion. The beggar prays to be heard, the master speaks and knows. When you speak from fear, your words are hollow. When you speak from divine knowing, they become law. So speak not of what you lack, speak of what is already yours in spirit. Speak until your words resound through your atmosphere, and reality rearranges itself to agree. The law of command demands boldness, precision, and faith unshaken. You must not speak idle words. You must speak with the certainty of creation itself. Say aloud, I speak divine increase now. I speak wealth into manifestation. I speak order into chaos, peace into turmoil, clarity into confusion. Feel your words as power leaving your being. The moment you speak in alignment, unseen forces rush to obey. Angels, elements, and energy all conspire to fulfill the decree of one who knows their authority. Command is the language of kingship. It is the original tongue of spirit. To live under the law of command is to refuse the role of victim and to stand as the voice of divine will on earth. Every great manifestation begins with a word spoken in power. You are that voice. You are that authority. You are the decree made flesh. So guard your words, for they are living instruments. Every declaration plants a seed in the soil of the invisible. Speak fear, and fear multiplies. Speak wealth, and wealth appears. Speak confusion, and confusion grows. Speak order, and the universe organizes itself around you. Command is alignment in motion. It is thought crystallized into sound. It is faith wrapped in vibration. When you speak as one who knows, creation rushes to serve you. Say this, and feel it echo through your being. I command divine prosperity now. I command perfect opportunities to locate me. I command miracles to manifest before this day ends. Do not whisper to your destiny, command it. Do not bow before your circumstances, govern them. Speak with the majesty of your origin, for you were never meant to follow the law. You were meant to embody it. You are the word that became flesh, the decree that took form, the voice through which heaven speaks its will. And when you speak with faith, the universe answers yes. When you command with authority, heaven moves, doors open, and supply flows without delay. Say aloud with power, I am the law of command in expression. My word is law. My decree is final. My good is manifest now. Would you like me to continue with Keynote 4, the law of circulation next? The law of circulation, everything that lives must flow. Every blessing that breathes must move. The universe itself inhales and exhales in perfect rhythm, and this rhythm is the law of circulation. Stagnation is death. Flow is life. Whatever you hold too tightly begins to decay in your hands, but whatever you release in faith returns multiplied. The one who gives not from fear, but from divine certainty, becomes the living channel of endless supply. Say aloud, I am not the keeper of wealth, I am the conduit. I am the river of divine abundance, and nothing good can be withheld from me. The law of circulation governs the unseen economy of the spirit. Every dollar, every opportunity, every act of kindness is a current in that eternal stream. You cannot receive what you refuse to release. You cannot inhale new air until you exhale the old. Money, ideas, and favor are all part of this divine exchange. When you hoard, you dam the river. When you give in faith, you call forth the flood. Your supply does not diminish. It multiplies as it moves. The universe keeps no debt. It only mirrors flow. Give as though you were pouring from infinity itself. Bless what leaves your hand, for it shall circle back in divine order. Every time you release with gratitude, you send a signal into the unseen that says, I trust divine supply. And that trust summons increase. The law of circulation answers not to fear, but to faith. It cannot be manipulated by greed, but it rushes toward generosity. Heaven pours into those who pour out. The one who withholds in fear proclaims lack. The one who gives declares abundance. Say aloud, I give in joy, I receive in grace, I live in flow. All nature preaches this truth. The river does not hoard its water, it moves and is replenished. The tree releases its leaves, and in season receives new ones. The sun gives its light freely, yet never grows dim. So too must your giving be fearless, for you are of the same divine substance. The law of circulation is heaven's heartbeat, and to resist it is to resist life itself. You were never meant to cling, you were meant to conduct. Every act of generosity is a declaration of trust in divine order. When you give from your overflow, you acknowledge that the source within you is endless. Fear says, what if I lose? Faith says, I cannot lose, for I am one with the giver of all. Every tithe, every gift, every blessing extended expands your field of increase. It is not the size of the giving, it is the spirit in which it is given that multiplies. A dollar given in fear closes the gate. A coin given in faith opens heaven's treasury. Say aloud, all that I give returns to me pressed down, shaken together, and running over. I release with power. I receive with praise. I am the endless circulation of divine prosperity. Feel that truth vibrating in your spirit. For giving and receiving are one motion. To stop either is to choke the rhythm of divine life. If you feel lack, ask, where have I stopped the flow? Perhaps you have withheld forgiveness, withheld gratitude, withheld your gift. The universe cannot deliver to a closed hand. Open it. Bless. Release. Do not give to get. Give to become. Give to align with the rhythm of abundance that governs all creation. Your supply is not outside you, it flows through you. The more freely you circulate, the more swiftly life circulates back. Divine wealth is motion. It must move through channels of faith. You are that channel. You are that current. When you bless what leaves you, you magnetize what returns. When you give with joy, you multiply joy. When you serve with love, you expand love. Whatever you circulate expands, because the law cannot return void. Say aloud, I give freely. I receive abundantly. I live fearlessly in the divine flow of all good. And now let it be established in your consciousness that every gift you release circles back multiplied by law. The universe cannot break its rhythm, nor can you be cut off from your source. You are the living river of God's abundance, ever flowing, ever full, ever renewed. Nothing is lost, all is circulating, all is returning, all is divine. Would you like me to continue with Keynote 5, the Law of Alignment next? The Law of Alignment. There is a divine rhythm that governs all creation, and those who walk in harmony with it cannot fail. The law of alignment is the law of divine order made visible. It is the invisible current that carries the obedient soul directly into prosperity, peace, and power. Alignment is not struggle. It is surrender to truth. It is the art of standing so perfectly in the vibration of divine law that the universe itself moves to serve you. Say aloud, I am aligned with divine order. I am synchronized with the rhythm of infinite supply. Nothing is out of place in my world, for heaven governs all. When your heart, your thought, and your word move in the same direction, the world must follow. But when your desire and your belief contradict, your reality splits in two. The law of alignment cannot operate in confusion. It demands unity between what you think, what you feel, and what you speak. Heaven does not respond to words alone. It responds to coherence. You may speak prosperity, but if you feel fear, your vibration cancels your decree. You may affirm wealth, but if you secretly doubt it, you command delay. The law of alignment is exact. It cannot be tricked. It manifests not what you wish, but what you are in harmony with. Say aloud, I now align every thought, every feeling, every word with divine success. I am one with truth, and truth manifests through me now. Feel the power of those words. For when you come into alignment, struggle ends. What once resisted you begins to obey. Doors open without effort. People appear in perfect timing. Resources assemble as if by magic, for alignment is the highest form of effortless creation. To align is to remember that you are not a fragment of God. You are His full expression. You do not have to chase the plan. You are the plan in motion. Every delay is born of dissonance, an inner conflict between your divine knowing and your human fear. The moment you choose alignment, confusion dissolves. You no longer beg the universe to bless you. You become the vibration that blessings obey. Say aloud, I walk in divine alignment. My mind is the mind of God thinking through me. My steps are guided by perfect law. The law of alignment demands integrity of vibration. You cannot speak light and walk in darkness. You cannot declare abundance and live in resentment. You cannot affirm love and harbor judgment. To be aligned is to become transparent to truth, to allow nothing within you to contradict the divine pattern. Alignment is not performance, it is positioning. When your inner atmosphere agrees with the divine design, manifestation becomes instant. Every particle of your world is attempting to match your dominant vibration. If your outer life is in disorder, it is only revealing where your inner world is misaligned. Do not resist it, realign it. Say, peace, be still to your emotions. Say, order now to your affairs. The universe hears your authority when you speak from centeredness. You are the axis of your own creation, and when your axis is straight, your world spins in divine balance. You were never meant to chase results. You were meant to embody order. The law of alignment is not about forcing outcomes. It is about becoming so inwardly congruent that the outcome has no choice but to appear. The moment your thought, word, and feeling agree, heaven moves. The speed of manifestation is the measure of your alignment. Delay is not denial. It is discord seeking harmony. Say aloud, I now release all resistance. I now surrender every contradictory vibration. I now align with divine speed, divine clarity, and divine abundance. Feel the energy straighten within you. Feel heaven's current carrying you. You are no longer pushing against the tide, you are flowing with it. To align is to ascend, to match the tone of the infinite. When you are aligned, your steps are ordered, your timing is perfect, your outcomes inevitable. Life stops being random and becomes rhythmic. You live as the law itself, moving through a perfectly synchronized universe that mirrors your stability. Say it once more. I am the law in motion. I am divine alignment embodied. My world is orderly, prosperous, and at peace. For the one who aligns cannot be delayed. The one who aligns cannot be denied. The one who aligns has become the voice of divine law fulfilled in form. Everything you seek is already aligned with you in spirit. The moment you align with it in consciousness, it must appear. And now the universe whispers back to your soul, it is done. Would you like me to continue with Keynote 6, the law of identity next? The hidden master key, the law of identity. Everything you seek already exists within the image you hold of yourself. This is the secret that unlocks every other law, the hidden master key of manifestation. The law of identity is the divine principle that decrees you do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. The universe mirrors not your desires, but your definition. To change your life, you must change your identity. To command wealth, you must become wealth in consciousness. To walk in power, you must know yourself as power embodied. Say aloud, I am the image of the infinite. I am the expression of divine prosperity. I am the law of identity revealed. The unawakened soul prays for what it already is. The awakened soul speaks from identity, not from need. God did not create beggars. He created mirrors of his own substance. When you say, I am, heaven listens. Those two words are sacred keys that summon whatever follows them into form. When you say, I am abundant, you fuse with abundance. When you say, I am lacking, you give birth to lack. The law of identity obeys your self-definition with mathematical precision. It never fails. It cannot be deceived. It is the silent sculptor of destiny, forming your world according to the image you hold of yourself. Say now, I am the consciousness of wealth. I am the living pattern of divine success. I am the vibration of fulfillment now. Feel those words reverberate through every cell, for identity is not repetition, it is embodiment. You cannot become what you are unwilling to be now. Identity is the present tense of creation. The universe moves instantly when you identify yourself as the thing desired. The moment you claim it as your own nature, reality rushes to confirm it. The rich in spirit never say, I will be. They say, I am. The healed do not say, one day I shall recover. They say, it is done. The divine never waits to see. It declares, then sees. You were created in that same pattern. When you identify as the creator, you command creation. When you identify as the created, you wait on miracles that are already within you. The law of identity demands you rise to your true stature, the image of the infinite disguised as human form. All false identities must fall away. The I am tired, the I am broke, the I am unlucky. These are chains forged by ignorance. Every word that follows I am becomes flesh. You are the law speaking itself into visibility. Therefore, watch your self-definition as a guardian watches the gate. The name you give yourself is the shape your world will take. Say aloud, I am divine authority. I am unlimited intelligence. I am perfect wealth in motion. The world you see is only a mirror, reflecting the vibration of your identity. To change the reflection, you do not polish the glass, you change the image standing before it. When you know yourself as prosperous, opportunities recognize you. When you know yourself as favored, doors open. When you know yourself as divine, limitation vanishes. The universe rearranges itself to agree with the truth you embody. There is no distance between you and abundance, only misidentification. The moment you cease calling yourself unworthy, the floodgates open. The law of identity is the gatekeeper of manifestation. It asks one question only: who do you say you are? And whatever your answer, it becomes law. Say now, I am the cause of my own creation. I am the source of my own supply. I am made manifest in form. You are not a seeker, you are the found. You are not the one hoping, you are the one knowing. You are not reaching for power, you are remembering it. The kingdom of heaven is not coming to you, it is coming through you. Identity is the portal. The more you remember who you are, the faster the world remembers what it owes you. So stand in the truth of your divine name. Speak it without hesitation. Declare, I am the wealth of God in expression. I am the law of identity fulfilled. I am that I am. And in that moment, heaven echoes back, yes, you always were. For the world reshapes itself. at the sound of a soul that finally remembers its own name. Would you like me to now combine all 6 expanded sections into one seamless, book-style prophetic speech for 5 hidden laws that decide how fast money finds you?